Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our final match of the day here. Vaughan Azzurri women taking on Scarborough GS United. Momentarily, we'll get underway here at Oshawa Civic Stadium. Scarborough GS in yellow and blue. Vaughan Azzurri all in blue. I'm your host, Anthony Totera. Sit back and enjoy this last match of the day here. Ontario Cup final action in the women's division. Scarborough GS United versus Vaughan Azzurri. And a gorgeous day here in Oshawa all day long. And we're finishing up with the women's final. Vaughan versus Scarborough GS. Once again, GS in yellow and blue shorts. Vaughan Azzurri all in blue. Back-to-back finals here for Scarborough GS, Masters, and now the women here. We are underway here at Oshawa Civic Stadium, the Women's Ontario Cup Final. Scarborough GS with the ball. Quickly applying pressure to Vaughan defense. Vaughan with a goal kick coming up. Nicely headed there by GS number 14, Azzurri. Vaughan ball now on the ground here, quickly taken, played back. Played back to number 15 of Vaughan, McIntosh. And out by number 14 there of Vaughan. Here for Scarborough GS, throw-in coming for Scarborough GS. Scarborough GS getting ready for the throw-in number 3 here for Scarborough GS. That's Beckles. Vanya Beckles with the throw-in. Beckles gets it in deep. And an opportunity there for Scarborough GS, just way wide of the goal. Goal kick coming up for Vaughan Azzurri. Goal kick taken, launched. Adekasibe trying to bring it down there for Vaughan, having some trouble. Now Vaughan plays it back to their keeper. Under pressure and given away there by the Vaughan keeper. 14 now. Alamasari for GS, winning her club a throw-in. Beckles again getting ready to take it for GS, looking for a ball now. Here in the 3rd minute of the first half, Scarborough GS in yellow and blue. Vaughan Azzurri all in blue. 0-0 early on. Our last match of the day here, the Women's Ontario Cup Final. Beckles with the throw-in. Makes it deep into the box. Here's an opportunity and a great save by the Vaughan keeper. Early pressure by Scarborough GS. And that's a great kick downfield there by the Vaughan keeper. Here's an opportunity for Vaughan. Number 13 here. Padula. Nicely played there by Vaughan. Real good possession by Vaughan early on. Vaughan still with the ball. That's number 13 of Vaughan trying to control it. Padula losing it now to 11 of GS. Cawkel. GS with the ball again. GS still with the ball. Great turn there by number 10. Brown. And still GS with the ball. An opportunity now. And Vaughan gets it out of danger. But now intercepted by Scarborough GS. And what a save by the Vaughan keeper. Outstanding save here early on by the Azzurri keeper. Keeping her team in the game. Vaughan with the ball now. That's a good touch there by Tavernise. Tavernise with the ball. Tavernise feeding it to Agatasibe. And she wins a throw-in for her squad. Taking the throw-in, coming up number 13 for Vaughan, Padula. Vaughan dressed in blue. She leaves the throw-in now for her teammate to take. Vaughan with the throw-in, looking for options. Looking for options. Into the box now for Agatasibe. And it looks like she's won herself a corner. No, she is not. Goal kick for Scarborough GS coming up. Entering the 6-minute mark here. 0-0. Scarborough GS, Vaughan Azzurri. Quickly taken by GS. Dished off to number 21, D'Souza. D'Souza to Beckles. Beckles sends it down deep for GS. And there's a great opportunity now for GS, number 11. GS still with the ball. Still with the ball, GS. And nicely taken by the Vaughan keeper again. Nicely headed there by Scarborough GS. That's number 19 of Scarborough GS with a great header. That was King. GS with the ball now. Working from the back. That ball looks like it's out. And it is out. That was a real rough pass there by the GS central defender there. Vaughan ball coming up, throwing for Vaughan number 14, Sansone. Throw-in for Sansone. And Vaughan coming up. Quickly taken. Controlled by Vaughan. Back to Sansone. Sansone with the ball. Calmly playing it back. And Vaughan with an opportunity here now. Here's a chance for Agatasibe, but headed out of danger by D'Souza of a GS. Vaughan with the ball now. Brought down nicely there by Lions. Agatasibe causing all sorts of problems for this GS defense early on. There she is again, winning her squad some precious space there. Throw-in coming in for GS. GS with the ball now. Nicely taken there by Vaughan now. Well, that's a good give and go by Vaughan. And snuffed out there by GS. But Vaughan still with the ball now. And that's number 10, making a lot of great passes out there, Lions. Giving it back to Vaughan. Here's an opportunity for Vaughan. Can they get a strikeout? And they do! Just wide of the goal there in the 8th minute mark. They had a great opportunity to score the first goal of the game. taking that shot was number 32, Navneet Azzurri. GS with the ball now. That's number 2 of GS back healing it. Bojuz. Azzurri keeper calming everything down. Quickly throwing it out there to Sansone. Sansone to Azzurri. And that's Tavernise losing it. And nicely taken away there by Lions. Vaughan defense under pressure now, but gets rid of it. And that's a nice outlet pass now to Lions. And that's a good ball to Addicasibe. And Lions still with the ball. And just off of Lions to try and keep it in there. But throwing coming up for GS. But some great work there by Lions and Addicasibe. GS with the throw-in. Here's Addicasibe. Can she outrun the GS defender? She does! But the defender catches up just in time to clear it out of danger. Addicasibe causing all sorts of problems here early on for GS. Sansone with the throw-in coming up. Looking for options. And right to Addicasibe, the hot target early on here for Vaughan. Throwing it once again coming up for Vaughan. Throwing coming up once again here for Vaughan. Sansone. Played back to Sansone. Addicasibe here. Here's an opportunity for Vaughan. Controlling the ball now is Turone. Turone launches it back in. Vaughan still with the ball. Now GS intercepting. Al-Masadi. And Vaughan intercepting again. Lovely interception there. And here's an opportunity now for Vaughan still with the ball. And GS under all sorts of problems and attack here by the Vaughan midfielders. GS with the ball. Sending it over to D'Souza. D'Souza swings it over here to Beckles. D'Souza back again to number 2, Bojuz. And the Vaughan keeper easily picks up that ball there. Now, if I'm not mistaken, my cameraman Michael, can you zoom in on that Vaughan bench? If I'm right, I don't think there's any subs. There might be one. I think there's only one sub. Wow, this is going to be a match for Vaughan to really control and maximize every possession they have. They do. It's only one sub on Vaughan's bench here, where you look at GS and I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's an opportunity now for Vaughan. And throwing coming for GS. You got a back end there of Vaughan of McIntosh and Sansone. GS with the ball now. GS still with the ball. Great ball movement there. D'Souza now. Calmly takes it. Works her way upfield. And intercepted by Vaughan there. And that's a nice play there by Tavernise. Tavernise looking for the ball back and didn't get it from Azzurri. Beckles of GS. Azzurri right on top of Beckles. And there's Bujos of GS. The Hughes of GS. GS with the ball still. To number 25 of GS, Forbes. Forbes bringing it down. And here's a problem now for the Vaughan defense. And GS has earned themselves a first corner of the match coming up. And a corner kick just about to be taken by GS. And the ref is not too happy right now with the GS player taking her time. Might be issuing a card. No, she's just telling her to let's get going here. And GS now about to take the corner and does. Launched in the air and nicely saved by the Vaughan keeper. This looks like to me the player that we need to keep our eye on for the full 90 minutes, because so far 2-3 outstanding saves by the keeper of Vaughan. Pressure being applied now by GS, and Vaughan calmly plays it. Lions off the head of number 4 there, Blair of GS. Oh, and a vicious collision there by Azzurri. And a GS midfielder. D'Souza now to Beckles. And there's again Azzurri. D'Souza with the ball. Now to King. Aaron King looking for options. That's a good ball there. And GS gets a header on it. And Lions trying to clear it out. And GS gets the foul called against them. Lions lining up now for her kick. We're entering the 16-minute mark here in the first half of the Women's Ontario Cup Final. Vaughan Azzurri, Scarborough GS goal kick by Vaughan Azzurri. Vaughan gets the foul in their favor. Lining up to take this kick. Quickly taken and quickly dished off to Torone. There's 14 playing it back for GS. That's El Masari to D'Souza. There's number 25 causing all sorts of problems. GS Forbes there. Lions now for Vaughan. Pressure being applied, but smartly played by Vaughan. 4 or 5 passes now by Vaughan. Well, that's a great pass. Can they get something out of this? Just a little bit too far out of reach there for Lions. But that is the right idea. They've actually earned themselves a corner kick off the GS defender. So a corner kick coming up for Vaughan. Their first of the match here in the 17-minute mark. We're trying to zoom in to see who's taking this now. Looks like number 13 if I'm not mistaken. And that is Padula. Francesca Padula lining up for the corner kick. And the kick is up. The service is in the air. Addicasibe there. And a goal kick. Nothing comes about from that corner kick. Women's Ontario Cup Final here. Scarborough GS United 0. Vaughan Azzurri 0. Gorgeous day here at Oshawa Civic Stadium. Let's not forget, ladies and gentlemen, coming up on Tuesday, Canada versus Jamaica. Canada's men's national team playing a friendly against the Reggae Boys. Love to see you out there at BMO Field. Vaughan ball. GS intercepts now calmly. Brings it back. Addicasibe applying pressure here to the Scarborough GS defender. Right on top of her. Almost causing a turnover. And Azzurri as well on top of King now. A pressure being applied by Azzurri and Addicasibe. Addicasibe. Back to Marini. GS now with the ball. Here's an opportunity for GS. GS now with the ball. Oh, here's an opportunity now for GS. Close in on goal. And cleared by Vaughan. Dangerous there by El Masari. Kept in by Beckles sent back into the box by Scarborough GS. Nicely chested down by now Vaughan. Taking control. Number 27 of Vaughan Tavernese. And there's King for. Oh, and the ball taken by Azzurri. Turnover by GS. And a strike on goal. Not enough behind that shot. Not enough power. And easily scooped up by the GS keeper. Quickly dished out to Beckles. Beckles for GS. Azzurri applying pressure here to King. To D'Souza. GS with the ball. Entering the 20-minute mark here. We're tied 0-0 early on. Calling for the ball, Cawkill. Beckles now. Cawkill asking for the ball. King now. Carrying the ball for GS. King sends it over to the other side. GS now with good ball movement. GS with the ball now. Trying to penetrate into the box. Back to King for GS. To Beckles. Beckles delivers it in. And this is a good ball for GS. Here's an opportunity but missed. Here's still another chance by GS, but cleared away out of danger by the Vaughan player. And a foul called against GS. Vaughan keeper now with the kick in the air. And that's Beckles sending it back. Now pressure being applied on Sansoni. Vaughan with the ball now. Lions. That's a good ball there for Tavernese. Tavernese back. Back to the Vaughan defense. Back to Sansoni. Sansoni under pressure now. Backs it up. McIntosh lays it off now. Here's a good ball. Azzurri nicely chests it down. And this is a good chance here now for Vaughan, for Azzurri. Headed away by GS. Now GS with the ball. Cawkill. Cawkill with the ball. Oh, here's a dangerous play now. And here's Cawkill still with the ball. Cawkill with the ball. She feeds it off. Can GS get something out of this? GS with the ball still closing in close. An opportunity. And the Vaughan keeper again with the save. Azzurri. Great talent there by this player from Vaughan. That's a great ball there now. Just a little bit too far of her area there to catch up to it was Padula. But you could see McIntosh has a big job ahead of her in controlling Bajous of GS. And a real good spot now for Vaughan to have this opportunity here. Ref has blown a foul. Vaughan with an opportunity now. Vaughan sends it in the box here. This could be dangerous. Vaughan gets a hit on it. And saved by the GS keeper. Entering the 23rd minute mark here. Scarborough GS 0, Vaughan 0. But the better the chances have been by Vaughan, I must say. And again, it looks like they've only got one sub on the bench. GS ball. My cameraman Michael here and his crew there of Quasi from the cutting room and Stephanie Geosits all enjoying the first day of NFL action and continuously reminded me throughout the afternoon of America's team, the Dallas Cowboys, my team, taking it on the chin against the Niners. Yeah, it hurts, but it's only one game in, and it's a long season. And for all you Cowboy haters, remember, there's rings on those fingers for Cowboys fans, unlike you Bills fans. Throw in coming for GS. Nicely thrown by GS there. Danger now in the box. And Vaughan gets it out of danger. Addicasibe. Pressure now being applied by Addicasibe. Oof. Almost there. A giveaway there by D'Souza. And Addicasibe would have been gone. Oh, and taken away now by GS. A mistake there by Vaughan. And still in the box there, GS. Here's an opportunity for GS. Goal! GS with the opening goal in the 25th minute. Mass confusion in the box there. Vaughan could not clear it. And GS strikes first here in the women's division. Up 1-0 in the 25th minute mark. Mass confusion in that box there. Vaughan could not clear it, and GS pounces on it for the opening goal. Vaughan with the ball now. Addicasibe. Cawkill tries to bring it down. Vaughan applying some pressure now. Beckles for GS. GS with the ball again. Nicely played there by Hughes. Calmly played back by D'Souza to King. Well, that's a good ball by King. GS still with the ball. And that was just given away, taken out by the Vaughan player easily. And now you could sense that Vaughan has an uphill battle here with a bench that is really reduced to almost nothing. And down 1-0, they're going to have to keep this game as close as they can. Ajula there. And you can bet your bottom dollar with Addicasibe and Ajula, they will give it all they got with all their teammates to keep this game close and possibly win it. Vaughan is now pushed up. Not Tavernese. Vaughan is pushed up now, number 13. And that's Padula, where she was hanging back a little bit early on. Now she's moved it up to the center spot here where we saw Addicasibe play for the most part of this first half. An adjustment made there, you can tell by the Vaughan coach. Vaughan with the ball. Addicasibe taken down hard. And the ref calls it in favor of Vaughan. Lions getting ready to take the kick. No, she's left it there. Vaughan with the kick now. Nicely chested there by Cawkill. Lions for Vaughan. One taken away nicely there by Forbes of GS. And easily scooped up by the Vaughan keeper. And dished out right away to Sansoni. Pressure on Sansoni by a number 14 of GS as well. And quickly taken by McIntosh and cleared out of trouble. GS with the ball now. Cawkill. So number 12 of GS. That's Hughes. To Beckles. And Ajula putting pressure on her, but GS gets the ball. And that's a dangerous spot now for GS. An opportunity to make it two. Can they get to it? And that's well defended by Sansone. Nicely defended by Sansone there. Corner kick coming up 4. GS United leading 1-0 in the 29th minute mark. Corner kick coming up by number 10 of GS. Brown here. Ball launched in the air. GS with the ball still in the box. Sansone all over it, but the ball is crossed and cleared out. Headed away by Lions. Attica Sibe applying pressure now. Tavernese continuously going at this GS defense and now at the keeper there to keep pressure on. Nicely headed there by Sansone. Here's an opportunity for Vaughan, but nicely taken there by Forbes. And easily scooped up by Lions. But then she gave it away. Back to GS. Hughes now with the ball. D'Souza. That's a great ball there to Bajuz. Bajuz getting it right to her feet and then losing control. Throw-in coming up 4. Vaughan Azzurri entering the 31st minute mark here. GS 1, Vaughan Azzurri 0. This is the last match of the day here at Oshawa Civic Stadium. Hopefully you've enjoyed all the Ontario Cup action. And next week we'll do it all again, Saturday and Sunday. Vaughan now trying to apply pressure here, making that run downfield. 13 Padula. Padula with pressure. Intercepted there nicely by the Vaughan player. There's Attica Sibe. Lions on top of her player. Lions wins that battle nicely. Dishes it off to Attica Sibe. And just too far for Padula there. Now, D'Souza. D'Souza carrying to Beckles now. Beckles under pressure by Ajula. Beckles passes it back to D'Souza. D'Souza gives it away to Arduini. And look at Lions running to that ball. Can she get it? Boy, that's a great effort by Lions here, let me tell you. That is a fantastic effort by Lions, wanting to keep it in, trying to make something happen for her squad. Nicely done. And it looks like the one and only substitution that Vaughan has on the bench, they will make that very soon. GS with the ball now, D'Souza carrying it. Switching it back to King. King sends it to Hughes. Now King again under pressure. D'Souza. D'Souza carries. Lots of room here for D'Souza to carry. Still carries. Now intercepted by Ajula. And here's an opportunity for Ajula. She needs support up here. D'Souza with the ball, shielding it now. Shielding it, but here's Ajula still on her. Oh, and there's a collision by both GS players. And well done there by the Vaughan player Ajula, causing all sorts of problems. And now Vaughan makes their one and only substitution that they have on the bench. GS getting ready here for goal kick coming up. That's a great kick by the GS player, but nicely controlled by Sansoni. Adekasibe. GS now with the ball. They're making it. Oh, and here's a nice ball here for Cockhill. Can she catch up to it? She does. And easily taken, softly taken by Cockhill, and easily picked up by the Vaughan keeper. That was actually Bujous. My mistake. That was not Cockhill. That was Bujous, number 2. Back to D'Souza. And throwing coming up now for Vaughan. It looks like Lyons will be taking it if I'm not mistaken. It is Taylor Lyons, number 10 for Vaughan. There's a nice light breeze now here at Oshawa. The sun is starting to fade away. That's great work by GS player there. 2 Vaughan players on her. Lyons and Adekasibe right on top of her. And taken away by Adekasibe. Nicely done there. Given back to her. And now Scarborough GS throwing coming up. 36-minute mark here. Scarborough GS 1. Vaughan Azzurri 0. And Scarborough GS again pounding it in there. And here's a mistake by the Vaughan defender. And now GS penetrating in the box, an opportunity. And scooped up by the Vaughan keeper. Ajula taking a real tough challenge there by Cockhill, number 11 of GS. McIntosh to Sansone. Sansone. Well, that's a good ball. That's a good ball for Ajula. Can she catch up to it? She cannot, but pretty close to it. Well done by Ajula, and that was a great pass there by Arduini. Here's Sansoni battling there. No foul there. You hear the ref. Throwing coming up for GS. Beckles about to take it. Here's a shot on goal. Way wide of the net by Cockhill. Samantha Ferlin in the middle up front now for Vaughan. And Adekasibe on the wing there. And Arduini in the middle, helping out as much as she can, with Ajula playing the other side there. Hopefully they can get something going here for Vaughan before the half is out to get a goal. Vaughan throwing coming up for Lyons. And that's 24 for Vaughan. Laura Arduini. If I'm not mistaken, it's possibly the same Arduini that does some coaching at the youth level, does a good job. And I think she's won an Ontario Indoor Cup as well, if I'm not mistaken. That's a good pass there by Lyons. Back to Lyons. Spreads it across the field nicely to McIntosh. McIntosh carrying. Feeds it off to Sansoni. Sansoni with the ball. Looking for help. Plays it back to McIntosh. Back to Sansoni. And a foul called there in favor of Vaughan. Sansoni taking it quickly to McIntosh. McIntosh swings it over here for Haro. Hero. Here's a chance now for Vaughan. Can they get a shot on goal? They do, but weak. And not enough power behind it. GS keeper tested a couple times early on, but that's about it. King now with the ball for GS. Swings it over to D'Souza. D'Souza back to King. King to Beckles. Azzurri right on top of her. King playing it back to her keeper. Now D'Souza. Adekasibe hanging back here. GS with the ball, and there's Adekasibe now applying some pressure. Azzurri. Here's GS now. And here's Bojuz. Nicely played by McIntosh. Well played there by McIntosh. And Vaughan wins themselves a throw-in. Vaughan making a substitution. Azzurri coming off. And 13 making her way in. That is Padula. 41st minute here in the first half. Women's Ontario Cup final. Scarborough GS 1, Vaughan Azzurri 0. Lions with the throw-in coming up. Lions. Nicely played there, right too. Vaughan, now Vaughan still with the ball. Tavernese. Well, here's an opportunity to just try to thread that through. And now GS with the ball. Well, here's a great opportunity now for Bajuz. And McIntosh once again playing fantastic back there. Plays it off the GS player and for a throw-in. Lions getting ready for the throw-in. Here entering the 42nd minute mark in the first half. Vaughan Azzurri down 1-0 to Scarborough GS. With only one player on the bench. Scarborough GS loaded on the bench with players to bring on and off as they so please. Vaughan with a very, very short bench. Nonetheless, keeping this game quite close. Only 1-0 here for Scarborough GS. And now pressure being applied by Azzurri. Padula. Adekasibe. Bajuz now for GS. Well, here's a good chance. But there's McIntosh again with a great header out of danger. Great first half that McIntosh has had. King for GS now with the ball. Lots of space there for King. She launches it in there. Oh, that's a good ball for Bojuz. Can she get it? She does. Looking for some support. She's got support. Still in play here. Here's GS with an opportunity. Can they make it a second? Wide of the goal. Vaughan with the goal kick coming up here, entering the 44th minute. Sansone battling the GS player. Gives it away now. GS with the ball. Here's an opportunity for the GS. And a corner coming up for GS. And that was great work there. I believe it was number 7 there at GS. Moreno. Kila Moreno. Now getting ready for the corner kick for GS number 10 to take it. Brown entering the last seconds of this first half. Brown with the corner kick. And delivery in the air by Brown. And cleared away nicely by the Vaughan player. And it looks like she took it in the wrong place. Looks a bit shaken up there. I think it's Laura Arduini. She took it really hard off the head there. Scarborough GS ball. Throwing coming up. She's still shaken up. It's Arduini, Laura Arduini taking it right off the face, and she took it hard, but she cleared it out of danger. Throwing coming up for GS. We've hit the 45th minute here. Halftime. The fourth official has indicated 1 minute has been added. 1 minute has been added. GS still with the ball. Oh, that's in the box. Nicely picked up there by the Vaughan keeper. Vaughan keeper launches it down. And there's number 13 once again by Vaughan. Padula. And there she is, McIntosh, having a solid game. And plays it off the GS defender again. What a fantastic game Tomika McIntosh is having. Nothing getting by her at all. Nothing at all. Just been real solid. And that is your half. Scarborough GS 1, Vaughan Azzurri 0. Second half underway here. Scarborough GS leading 1-0 over Vaughan Azzurri. GS with the ball now. GS again with the ball. That's number 20. Controlling it. The Souza. Well, this is a dangerous situation now. Sansoni trying to close off that gap there. Well done by Sansoni. Cleared out of danger. Lions now with the ball to Azzurri. Azzurri again, but now she gives it away. Well, here's a good ball for GS, but calmly taken by the Azzurri keeper, entering the 49-minute mark here. Once again, if you're just tuning in, Vaughan with only one sub on the bench. GS stacked and loaded with substitutions ready to go. GS with the ball. And here's an opportunity, a shot on goal. What a save by the Vaughan keeper. That was a wonderful strike there by number 2, Bajuz, Kirsten Bajuz of GS. Ball now. Nicely headed there by Padula. Looks like a GS throw-in coming up. It is a GS throw-in coming up. Blair for GS with a throw-in coming up. Vaughan Azzurri clearing it out of danger. GS with a ball now. Backing up now is GS, dressed in yellow and blue. That's the Souza, passing it back to the GS keeper. And there's McIntosh once again. Laura Azzurri winning that ball. Here's an opportunity now for Vaughan. Well, that's a great intercepted by GS, but that was a great idea there for Laura Azzurri. Bajuz there with a ball. Is there enough left in it? No, the Vaughan keeper scoops it up nicely. Entering the 51st minute mark here. Scarborough GS 1, Vaughan Azzurri 0. McIntosh. Azzurri. Oh, and she loses the ball to GS number 14. Here's an opportunity on goal. And saved by the Vaughan keeper. El Masri of GS United with the strike on goal there. Vaughan ball entering the 52nd minute mark here, down by 1 to McIntosh. McIntosh has space here, looking for an option. Back to Lions. Nicely given there. But won by GS. Al-Masri losing that ball. Nicely taken there once again. A solid game by number 10, Taylor, Lions of Vaughan. There she is again. Ref calls a foul in favor of Vaughan here. All dressed in blue. Scarborough GS in yellow and blue shorts. Gorgeous day here at the Oshawa Civic Stadium. This is our last match of the day. Ball launched in the air by Vaughan Azzurri. Cleared out easily there by number 21, D'Souza for GS. Under pressure now, almost taken away by Vaughan. GS with the ball now. Well, that's a great ball by GS now. Bajuz. Here's an opportunity now. Physical challenge there. Vaughan wins the ball back. And now looking for the counter. Tavernise. Nicely played by Padula there. Padula looking for Lions, and Lions there just couldn't catch up to that pass. Number 3 now for GS United. Bickles with the throw, and that's a great throw in by Bickles. There's McIntosh once again having an outstanding game here for Vaughan Azzurri. Once again, if you've just tuned in, I'm your host, Anthony Totera. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy lives to join us here. Ontario Cup final action, the women's division. Scarborough GS United 1, Vaughan Azzurri 0. This is our last match of the day. And what an outstanding job the OSA staff has done all weekend long here. All the volunteers, thank you so much for giving of your time. And again, congratulations to all the teams, winners and losers. Vaughan now clearing it out of danger. Let's not forget also, please go out there and support Canada's men's national team taking on Jamaica, the Reggae Boys, at BMO Field in Toronto. We need all the support we can get here for the men's national team. It's a friendly, getting ready for the Gold Cup next year. And then after that, World Cup qualification begins for Russia 2018. This will be the first game that Canada's head coach Benito Floro will be on Canadian soil. And this will be real enjoyable to watch. Beckles with the throw, and that's a great throw in by GS. Can Vaughan clear it out? GS still in charge of the ball there. There's number 4 there, Blair controlling it. Blair again putting it into the box and clearing it out there as a Vaughan player. You could sense that Vaughan just wants to keep this game close, and with maybe a chance or two they could tie it up. Well, that's a great ball there by King and snuffed away nicely by Vaughan. Defense. Throw-in coming for Vaughan. Padula dishes it off to Marini. Looks like Marini will take the throw-in. And Vaughan making a substitution. If you just joined us, they only have one substitution. And GS United stacked with subs. We're entering the 56-minute mark here. In the air, that's a good ball there. Addicosibe making a run. Great footwork there by Al Masri of GS. There's McIntosh, calm, cool, and collective, playing it off to the side there. That's Marini of Vaughan getting ready to take the throw-in, looking for options, asking for help, checking in Addicosibe. Addicosibe pressuring King of GS. GS with the ball still. Calmly scooped up by the Vaughan keeper. And sent downfield. El Masri gets her foot on it for GS. Oh, that's a collision there by 14 of Vaughan. Sansone. And now a chance for Addicosibe. She gives it away. Nicely taken there by GS to King. King to El Masri. El Masri with a great pass out there. To number 2, that is Bijou sends it over. Oh, here's a dangerous play now for GS. Can they have a crack at it? They do, over the goal. Here now, a shot on goal. It's saved nicely by the Vaughan keeper. Tipped away by the Vaughan keeper. Scarborough GS corner kick coming up in the 59th minute. Here's King with a shot on goal deflected off a head of a Vaughan player. She looks to be a little bit shaken up there. That looks like number 24, Laura Arduino. Again, off the head. That's the second time Laura has taken it off the head. One in the first half and one now again. Boy, oh boy, that's not good. Corner kick for GS coming up. Delivery into the net. Adekasibe pressuring King. King gets away from Adekasibe. McIntosh there. An absolute general back there for Vaughan today. D'Souza. GS and player, and there's Lions losing that battle with the GS player. GS still with the ball. GS still with the ball. Service into the box here. Here's an opportunity. Oh, that's nicely hit there by number 4, Blair of GS. Vaughan ball now. And there's Blair. Vaughan throw-in coming up. Lions getting ready for the throw-in for Vaughan Azzurri. What an action-packed weekend it has been in Ontario Cup finals here. Here's McIntosh being pressured there by Bijou. But McIntosh once again comes away with it. Boy, oh boy, it's getting physical now. She knows she's in danger. She dishes it off there. Here's an opportunity now for Vaughan. That's number 13, Padula. Adekasibe pressuring Blair now. Back to the GS keeper. And played out by GS. Great pressure now by Vaughan. GS thrown coming up. We're entering the 62nd minute mark here. GS still leading Vaughan Azzurri 1-0. The last match of the weekend, the last match of the day here, Ontario Cup final action, the women's division. Great action all weekend long. Just before I forget, I want to thank again all the volunteers here that have given up so much of their time. Great work. All the players and coaches of all the teams that have competed here have done it so respectfully, so graciously, and congratulations to all of them that have taken part. McIntosh there. Oh, here's an opportunity now for GS, but a foul called on GS. Opportunity here entering the 64th minute mark. There's Lyons quickly taking it. Oh, and she gives it away there. She gives it away there. Number 7 pouncing on it. Moreno of GS. That's a good ball still in by GS. Here's an opportunity for GS to get into the box. She does. Dangerous opportunity here. Headed. And what a save by the Vaughan keeper. What a save again by the Vaughan keeper. She has been lights out good all game long to keep her team close, as we said, Vaughan, with only one substitution on the bench. Vaughan, Azzurri throwing coming up. Vaughan throwing taken quickly. GS ball now. They play it back. King to Blair. Blair under pressure there. That's a good ball. Al-Masari now trying to chase it down. She cannot. Ball now. Padula. Blair and Padula battling here. Ref makes the call in favor of Scarborough GS. Entering the 66-minute mark now. Looks like King here for GS lining up for the ball. Service in the box there. That's a dangerous ball. Oh, and that is a dangerous play, but the Vaughan keeper again comes up with it. Again, a little bit confusion there with the keeper and the defenders, and that's what caused, I believe, the first goal to go in. Nicely taken down there by Tavernese of Vaughan. Lions now. Given away there. Rough game by Tirone so far. She's given away a few here in the second half. El Masari for GS. Oh, a nice ball back to El Masari. Does she have it still in her? Oh, and there's a play in the net. And just wide of the goal for the second possible goal there for Scarborough GS. Attica Sibe trying to apply pressure. Laura Arduini. Boy, she's taking a couple knocks to the head today. Good possession of the ball here by Vaughan now. That's 4 good passes by Vaughan. Under pressure now. And nicely Out of danger, and Vaughan still with the ball and just out of play. Again, you feel for the players here on both sides, coaches and refs. The Oshawa Civic Stadium has been an absolute wonderful facility, but the football lines here make it so hard for players to know when the ball is completely out. And that's just not right for the game we love so much. It's got to be played on a grass or turf facility with no lines at all. Just a soccer pitch. Arduini, wonderful footwork there by Arduini. Tironi. Adekasibe applying pressure now. There's Arduini. There's McIntosh. All game long, she has been lights out good. Tamika McIntosh. Padula takes the throw in quickly. And there's Blair right on top of Adekasibe. Sansoni sends it. Vaughan wins a throw-in deep in GS's territory. Coming up, throw-in for Vaughan. Padula to take it. Quickly looking for an option. And boy, oh boy, I think she'd like to have that one back. Sansoni just lightly taps it to the goalie. GS keeper lining up for her kick, and she sends it deep there. Nicely defended there by Vaughan. And there's King. King for GS. King still with the ball. King for GS. Well, that's great footwork by number 10 of GS. Can she get it into the box? Cleared out of danger there by Arduini. Padula. Well, here's a good opportunity now for Adekasibe. Can she track it down? And played out of danger by the GS defender. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, if you just joined us, we're getting close to the 70-minute mark here. GS United 1, Vaughan Azzurri 0. And if you look closely and our cameraman can zoom in on that Vaughan bench, you'll see that there's only one sub and GS is completely stacked. Here's Adekasibe, and the ref calls it against Adekasibe. Blair for GS, taken down there by Adekasibe. GS lining up for the kick now. Taking it is number 25 there. Forbes. Vaughan taking the kick quickly there. Number 14 once again with it, Sansoni. Ooh, and just under the feet there of Ajula. Blair now with the throw-in. Blair takes it. Ajula with the header. Ajula battling. On the ground, the ref says it did hit the hand of Ajula. Blair now leaves it for, I believe it's Forbes. It is Forbes for GS, lining up here for a dangerous opportunity for GS to possibly get their second one. Ball launched in the air here. Well, that's a good kick. And GS gets their head on it. Here's an opportunity now for GS. And cleared by Arduini. A nice header there as well by the Vaughan player. Pressure being applied by Vaughan. Adekasibe continuously running miles and miles all game long, putting pressure on this Scarborough GS team. Vaughan throwing coming up. For Vaughan, pressure being applied. And there we have a miscue by the Scarborough GS keeper. Throwing coming for Vaughan. Adekasibe running to get it. Getting ready to take the corner kick is Vaughan, number 13, Padula. Padula with a corner kick and cleared away. And boy, oh boy, did that Scarborough GS player get it right in the face. I don't know if it was the boot of Azzurri there that got her in the face, or was it the ball? Oh, a yellow card, so it must have been the boot. Michael Cacho has tweeted me at number 4Totera, an OSA tweeter, and wants to know who the referee crew is out there today. We will get you that answer ASAP, Michael. Thanks for tweeting. Tara wanted to know, Michael Cacho tweeting me at Tara wanted to know who the referee crew is. You ask and you shall receive, Michael. Referee Nikita Americanian. Assistant referee Isabel Senecal. Assistant referee Natalie Ford. And fourth official Sharon Wellesby. There you have it, my good man. Enjoy the rest of the match. We're entering the 74th minute here. Vaughan Azzurri, Scarborough GS. And Forbes launches it down there. But to me, the two players that have stood out today have been the keeper here for Vaughan. Lights out good for Vaughan. And obviously here for Scarborough GS, there's been a few of them. Oh, here's a dangerous opportunity now for Vaughan. Can they get something out of it? Cleared away by Forbes, but there's Arduini. And that was Cawkill and Arduini battling. And funny enough, I was just about to say Cawkill. She has been lights out good here for Scarborough GS as well. Pressure now being applied by Vaughan. Number 10 now for GS. That's Brown. Arduini battling with Brown. Here's Cawkill again. GS with the ball. That's a good ball by Cawkill. Lions on the GS defender. Can she get it in service there? No, well done by Lions. There's McIntosh once again. Real good, this player. Gotta tell you, bright future ahead for this young lady. I don't know if she's headed off to an NCAA school or a Canadian university, but boy, oh boy, has she done well here today. Once again, if you've just tuned in, we're entering the 76-minute mark here. Vaughan Azzurri down 1-0. Attica Seabay running miles and miles out there. Vaughan Azzurri down 1-0 to Scarborough GS, but as we said, you look at that Vaughan bench, they've got one sub and one only. Scarborough GS with the ball now. Brown. Scarborough GS with the ball now. Here's an opportunity. Here's an opportunity for Bujoz. Off the post for Bujoz. Right off the post for Scarborough GS. Forward there. Could have been the second goal. Entering the 76-minute mark here, Scarborough GS up 1-0 over Vaughan Azzurri. The last match of the day here in the women's division. Great action here by both teams. Cool, crisp night here in Oshawa. It's been a fantastic day. Once again, Scarborough GS has the luxury of so many players to choose from off the bench. Vaughan down to only one substitution to change from. Scarborough GS with the ball. That's a great ball. And scooped up there by the Vaughan keeper. Sent downfield. $77-minute mark here. That's Azzurri for Vaughan. Azzurri still with the ball. Attica Seabay now. Addicasibe, great footwork by this young lady here. Oh, and look at that. It gets physical out there. Forbes, oh, wow. Forbes just took down and gave a shot there to Azzurri. I'm surprised the ref didn't take out a card there at all. Wow. Really thought that Forbes deserved a card there. Really giving it to Azzurri. Arduini sends it out to Lions. Lions now. Oh, Lions with a shot. Not enough behind that shot. Not enough power. Scarborough GS keeper content taking her time, knowing that they're up 1-0. 78th minute here. Lions watching that ball bounce. Trying to corral it now. Pressure being applied by Scarborough GS. And Scarborough GS pounces on it. Here's an opportunity for Scarborough. Can she get it in? And not a chance. Goal kick. Vaughan coming up. Vaughan keeper getting ready. Azzurri applying pressure now for Vaughan. Nicely headed there. Look at Addicasibe running miles and miles and miles continuously, putting pressure on this GS defense. And there's number 11, again, Cockhill, all over the field for GS. A beautiful pass by Cockhill. Here's an opportunity. That's a great strike there. Why not have a go at it? And she did. Now, oh, some great footwork here by GS, but there you have four, count them, four Vaughan players right on top of Brown of GS. Scarborough GS dressed in yellow and blue shorts, Vaughan all in blue, entering the 80-minute mark here. Scarborough up 1-0 over Vaughan, time clicking away here. Vaughan needs to start thinking about trying to attack more and more and not worrying about defending. GS's ball, Cockhill. Back to King. To D'Souza. And the Vaughan keeper keeps it in. She picks it up now, getting ready to send it downfield. And it's launched downfield. Great kick there. Oh, mass confusion there by the GS defenders. Here's an opportunity for Vaughan. And unfortunately, just could not do anything with it. Beaujus of GS. Well, here's another opportunity for Beaujus. Oh, that's a great move by the Vaughan defender. Dangerous, though, to McIntosh. And McIntosh clears it. And now Cockhill for GS. Cockhill, D'Souza. D'Souza threads it in there again for GS. Lions clears it. Here's an opportunity for Vaughan now. Cockhill. GS with the ball still. Cockhill again, all over the ball there. Nicely headed there. I think that was Arduini again. Oh, here's a dangerous spot here now for GS. And a great shot and a goal! Is it a goal? It is! Goal for GS! Second goal for Scarborough GS in the 81st minute. Wow, for a minute there, let me see the replay. For a minute there, it looked like it hit the crossbar. But the ref says, no, it's a goal. I'd love to see the replay there. Because to me, that looked like it didn't go in. But then again, the ref says it is a goal. So Scarborough GS up 2-0. In the 81st minute. But that was a giveaway there. That was caused by McIntosh being put under pressure by a weak pass there by the Scarborough, by the Vaughan Azzurri defender, number 14, I believe it was, Santoni. Lions now. to Torone. Torone to Sansone. Now it's safe to say that Vaughan just wants to hold on and keep it respectable and not get it opened up here wide open to have a blowout. They've done well. One sub on the bench. They've kept it close. They've had their chances. We're entering the 83rd minute mark here. Scarborough GS up 2-0 over Vaughan Azzurri. The last match of the day, the women's division. Just before we close it out, I want to thank all the volunteers once again for all the great work they've done. And let's not forget, Canada's men's national team plays Jamaica, the Reggae Boys, Tuesday in Toronto at BMO Field. Go out and support them. Here's an opportunity now for Vaughan. They've sent everybody up. Why not? Down 2. You need a goal here to get back in the game. Vaughan throwing coming up. And let there be light. Light has been turned on here in the press box. And we are down to the last 6-7 minutes of this match. Ontario Cup Final Women's Division. Scarborough GS up 2-0 over Vaughan Azzurri. But some standouts here for both squads. Lions getting behind the ball there. Let's see who's lining up here for this kick here for Vaughan. An opportunity here to possibly get back in the game and score one. Off the head of Scarborough GS. Throw in for Vaughan coming up deep in the GS zone here. Ajula taking it. Ajula takes it quickly. Sansone, Tardwini. Well, that was right in the stomach there of the GS player, Arduini. Arduini with some great footwork. Arduini gets it in, but Scarborough GS player, I believe that is Blair, number 4 if I'm not mistaken, that took that shot and still clears it out. Sansone, oh, that's some great footwork by Sansone there. Ladies and gentlemen, in the last 2 days, I've calculated over close to 1,100 names of players, coaches, managers that we have announced here at Ontario Cup Final Action. Great of you to join us. Great of you to take time out of your busy schedule. Hopefully you enjoyed all the action here. These young women and these young men have left it all out there. Attica Sibe now. El Masri. She's had a solid game for GS. Sansone looking for options, calling for options. And here's the Vaughan keeper way out of her net. And sends it way back downfield. Padula. Nicely played there. Lions with the ball. Look at Lions wanting that ball again. Great communication now, but giving away. Here's an opportunity now for GS. Can they get that third goal and put the game away? Here's a cross. Oh! And deflected off the Vaughan defender and right to the hands of the Vaughan keeper. Boy, oh boy. Let's have a look who that was. And did the Vaughan keeper save her from a real uncomfortable situation there? Almost 3-0 a Scarborough GS. That went off the knee and directly into the hands of the Vaughan keeper. If our cameraman can zoom in, we could see who that was. Arduini. Arduini still with the ball. Great footwork, Arduini. I'm pretty sure this young lady is teaching and coaching some young youth women out there, and that's great if she is. Lions with the ball. Ready for the throw and looking for options. Calling. Number 13 there, Padula. Vaughan keeper scooping it up. We're entering the 88th minute mark here. Scarborough GS2, Vaughan 0. Sent downfield. Forbes with the strong header. And there's Bajuz again for GS. Oh, there's Forbes again with a big-time header. She's been physical all game. Ajula. That's a nice pass. There's Adekasibe. And there's Forbes again laying the body right on Adekasibe. Adekasibe taking the throw in quickly. That's a nice ball. Sansoni with it now. Sansoni. Oh, that's a good ball by Sansoni to Ajula. Oh, and nothing coming of it. Number 9 there of GS with some great footwork. Johnson. Once again, Bajuz. Oh, that's a great back heel by Johnson there to try and spring cock heel. And Vaughan throwing coming up. We're about to get into the 89th minute mark here. Vaughan takes the throw in. GS ball now. Ajula. Blair. Adekasibe now. Nicely controlled there. Oh, giveaway there almost. Sansoni now with the ball. To Ajula. Can she keep it in or is it too far? Just too far of the reach of Ajula. And we're getting close to the 90-minute mark here. And now, GS wanting to make a change. Once again, as the time clicks away, a lot of thank yous as we enter the last few seconds of this Ontario Cup final weekend. Thanks again to all the volunteers that have given so much of their time. We thank you so much. Really appreciate it. To the OSA staff, to the Oshawa Civic Center crew here. Great work, guys. Stephanie Geosits, Quasi Jacobs, and Michael right here. My camera crew doing great work. Keep it up, guys. Don't forget Canada and Jamaica at BMO Field Tuesday in Toronto. Go and support them. Well, here's a long-range shot. Trying to catch the Vaughan keeper out of position. And we've hit 90 minutes. Let's see how much time has been added. 2 minutes has been added. 2 minutes has been added. Can Vaughan pull off a miracle? Something tells me it won't happen this time. They're happy to be down 2-0, possibly sneak in a goal to make it interesting here with 2 minutes left. But once again, our cameraman Michael, if you zoom in on Vaughan's bench, they've got one substitution. Scarborough GS with a number of substitutions. But hey, Scarborough has won the game on the field, scoring 2, and Vaughan is down 2. No excuses, but again, a valiant effort by Vaughan Azzurri, having a very, very short bench. That's a good ball there launched, looking for Adekasibe. And they have battled right to the end, each and every one of these Vaughan players. Scarborough GS with the ball. And again, for me, standing out for this Vaughan team has been McIntosh. She has been terrific. And credit to the keeper as well. Taylor Grant. Laura Arduini dishing it off to Lions. Lions to Adekasibe. Boy, she was taken down there hard. Here's an opportunity for Vaughan now, possibly with a cross, and there is a cross in there. And scooped up by the GS keeper, but that was a good opportunity there for Vaughan. Sent downfield now. There's McIntosh again. There's McIntosh. By my watch, we should be down to the last minute of this game and of the weekend. And we are done. Scarborough GS with the kick, keeping it in still. Scarborough GS corralling it here in the corner. GS with the ball now. An opportunity and cleared away. And there you have it. Scarborough GS, Ontario Cup champions in the women's division. 2-0 winners over Vaughan Azzurri.